What's going on, everybody? It's Coach Dash from the Ludus, and today we're going to be taking a look at a video from MTR. MTR, better known as Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, just posted a sparring video of him and his coach getting busy. So let's take a look at it.
I'm in the white shirt, Corey is in the black. Let's go.
All right. First things first. Let's check out this footwork. When he comes around the corner over to this side, we'll see that he does something called an L step. And it's one of the few things that I hate right there. Boom. Let's run it back just a little bit. All right. So he took 1, 2, 3 steps to go 6 inches, right? Some people teach it and they live by it, but I think that for what it's supposed to accomplish, which is creating an angle, it is a very piss poor angle. And this is not an attack on MTR or his coach, but if we look at it, he took 3 steps to go nowhere, right? So what angle is being changed? Only thing that's doing is taking a second to break your base and make you a sitting duck who, if you get hit in that moment, you don't have any real base up under you to catch your balance, right? You'd have to take a couple of steps back versus being in position. Like if you just took 1 step back and then 1 step to the right, you'd probably cover more distance and actually create an angle versus doing an L step, which is moving both of your feet to go 1 step to the right. Continuing on. Let's go, boom, L step. Okay, MTR is in a bad position right here. And what that means is he's thrown his punch. He's thrown a 3-3-2. So he threw 2 lead hooks to get coach's hand up. And then he threw the 2. He shot his 2 down the middle. But he ended up jammed up because he moved forward and threw it at the same time where coach lowered his level and moved in, right? So from what I would like to see from here on out is MTR get frames, right? He gets control of coach's head, Coach Corey's head, and he moves him in a direction, right? Whichever direction that is, he could push his head to the he's he's orthodox right now. So he could push his head to the left and escape out the left, MTR's left. He can push Corey's head to the right, and escape out the left-hand side. Or he could frame on Corey's head with using his forearm. He can frame on his head and move himself to the right. That's framing with the left hand. With the right hand, what he wants to do is try to find the bicep or control the glove so he can't get hit, right? If he just tries to escape out, what could happen is he gets hit to the body. If he stays here too long with his high guard setup, it's not really physical, it's not really a frame. But if he stays here too long with his guard, uppercuts can start flying up the middle, and Corey could get his feet back up under him or get back into a better stance to start delivering punches from here, moving his head off to the left and the right to deliver punches to the core, to the torso. All right, so let's see. Right, there we go. So, like I said, the disengagement was not physical. 3-3-2, boom, backed out right into it instead of getting controls. Good jab, though. I like that he has a jab out here, and he's not afraid to throw it. It's nice. Let me take a second to comment on the pacing of what they're doing. This is great pacing. I enjoy it because nobody's in the ego battle right now. Whose balls are bigger, who hits harder, who can take more damage. This is really, really good for advanced guys, but unless you're preparing for a fight and the closer that you get to a fight, you want to start picking up the pace of your sparring. But this is good for guys who are, advanced, going with someone who's not as advanced or someone who's less experienced, right? You give the person opportunity to work. You're not going to hurt them, and it also starts to inspire confidence in your junior, I guess you would say. You really want that because that's how you build the room up. If you get what I'm saying, if you're in a gym and you just got dudes hammering people, no matter skill level, no matter where they're from, it's kind of bad. Now I will say, if the pace starts picking up, like if MTR wanted to pick up the pace, sometimes you have to show people that they need to calm down. If you don't warn them, if you warn them first and they continue, they persist, then sometimes you got to let them know that there's levels to it. But as of right now, this pace is great. Neither one of them has anything to prove. It's just a nice, friendly work session, and they have on all the protective gear. Super dope. Good hook. Good jab catch.
He told me to catch it.
You told him to catch. So catch the jab, I guess.
So I'm just going to work on my...
So let's take it back a step and look at this. Look at the difference in posture right here. So coach is a little bit leaning forward, I guess you would say, not much. Let's say he has his chest down, he has his torso down, ready to catch and defend punches, while MTR has his back straight, right? His back is straight. And what that's going to do is, if he gets hit hard, if you notice when he gets hit here, he has to take a step back, right? This is, I don't want to say it's bad specifically. Nothing is bad. There's always an opportunity where this posture may be necessary, but as of right now, with distance in between them, his back is not curved, it's straight up and down, and that could create some problems. Let's say once the power starts coming, right? That's where you start losing your balance, when you get hit in the chest or get hit in the head or hitting the shoulders, arms, or whatever, and you start moving, they start twisting your body around, putting you on the spin cycle, I guess you would say. So I would like to see MTR get his chest down from now on. And also his hands package. Not mad at the hands package, it's nice, it's safe, but when you have your hands in a scenario like this, you have your hands positioned like this, where they're just straight up in front of you, I like to say your hands package, how you hold your hands, should deter people from coming in, right? It changes up your body language. This means I'm ready to get hit, I'm defending right now, it's your turn to punch, versus having your hand out a little bit forward or even extended towards your opponent would create a scenario where they would not want to advance, right? If we're both having knives and I have my knife in my rear hand, you feel like you can try to close the distance because it's further for me to throw this knife, right? For me to cut you with. But if I have my knife in my lead hand, you're going to take time walking up and approaching me if we're both deciding that we want to engage in Mortal Kombat, right? So having your weapon, your main weapon, which is your jab, out further, it makes it to where somebody doesn't want to walk in, right? It creates a barrier, an area of attack, an area of responsibility that is expanded beyond your toe, right? If you look at this scenario right now, fist is behind his foot. So let's keep moving.
So I'm just going to work on my defense here for a quick second. So I'm just working on my catching.
Also, speaking of what he just said, he's just going to work on his defense. Jabs are defensive as well, right? Punches can be used as defense. You can use something, you can do things where it makes it look like you're attacking in order to keep the person from walking in. Let's look at Canelo Crawford's fight. Terrence Crawford, in the whole fight, he jabbed Canelo's lead hand to stop his jab, right? He occupied the space in between, aka he kept a punch out in the middle of them two. And he jabbed Canelo's lead hand the whole time to keep Canelo from starting to get busy and wanting to walk in and start to punch him, right? So if we can start to occupy the lead hand with our jab or put glove on top of glove, MTR, if you can put your glove on top of his glove, it shuts that jab down. Now, with that being said, you start having to look out for stuff like body shots and people's trying to pull your hand down. But if we can create a hand fight position, a glove on top of glove position, then we could likely be safe there, right? We can create a more comfortable environment for us to work out of while our opponent is more uncomfortable. Good level changes. Bringing those feet together.
It's actually crazy, like, looking at this content, and if I was to go back and look, like, let's say a couple of months ago before I started to work with Corey. All right, what I say in the last video, that my folly is that I've spent too much time at commercial gyms just doing shit wrong, and no one has been correcting me, because that's not what they want. They just want you to come in and get your exercise and pay the monthly fee and then get out and come back and do it again for the next month. But when you have a coach, they're going to be course correcting things. And it's actually funny to watch how much of my style now is, I guess, attempting to mimic Corey's style. But the one thing that I immediately noticed, and hopefully you guys picked up on it as well, is that, like, when I jab or something like that, I leave my hand out there. I just leave it out there floating into space. And if he was to come back with an overhand right, oh, it's going to be curtains for me. You know what I mean? But let's keep going. He's switching stances on me. I'm taking.
Check it out. I just want to go over that L step again for a second. Right here. So, look. Boom. Right? A coach that I got just the idea of a L step from Coach Barry Robinson. He used to call it the dun-da-da, right? And what you see here is when MTR walks, look at where his positioning is, and then watch this L step and look where he ends up making his way to, right? Look at how his feet go. 1, 2, 3. And he stepped 3 inches over to the right. He didn't make now because he kept moving. Coach had to circle to his right and start to square up, right?
He's switching
But
stances
it
on
wasn't
me.
because
I'm taking a quick breather. I'm starting to get a
it
little bit
wasn't
fatigued
because
right now.
he created an angle. Good jabs though. I'm digging the jabs.
I'm trying to get off the center line like a little bit. Oh, that's a good body
down
shot.
to the body.
He switched stance on me. I parried it though. Yeah, he's get me with them body shots.
You see what having a high guard does when you're in range? Look at all these punches that come at him.
Yeah.
But notice the hands. This is not intimidating versus what Coach's hands look like. Right? Boom. We saw it for just a second. Coach extended his lead hand first and then was like, oh, nothing's coming back. Right here in the frame before this, I got to fix my damn player so I can go back frame by frame. But in the frame before this, Coach took up the space in between them, caused this reaction right here where he goes high guard to defend his face, and then shot, punches down to the body, boom, shot a jab down to the body. Look at the base being broken. MTR has to reset because his chest is high and he's trying to avoid it instead of getting a hand on that punch.
Yeah.
And now he walks right back in without an intent to strike. He just walked in with an intent to defend. You don't have to do that. You can fight when you want to fight, right? I want everybody to hear me when I say this. You don't have to fight just because a person is standing right in front of you. You can take your time and walk around the ring. Shakur Stevenson is great at it. Floyd Mayweather was great at it. Terrence Crawford was great at it. Is great at it. There is no reward for fighting when you're not ready. This posture right here says he's not ready. When he could take a step back, walk to the left or the right, create some distance, get some time to see and think about what's coming next, and then decide when to attack. But as we are right now, MTR just stood in there and took punches on the gloves, which doesn't look good in the judge's eyes. This is not an adequate defense. This is an inactive guard, and you will be punished for it.
He's get me with them body shots. Wow. I felt that coming. I felt that.
All right, so with this clinch, he went over the head. I would like to see more pressure on the back of the head. Push him down to the ground. I understand that we are practicing here. I understand that this is taking it easy and being light, but this is just something that I would like to see. I'm just offering a critique. This is no way, shape, or form a insult to Coach Corey, right? It sounds like they just started working together. And this is his first time sparring, at least on video. So I don't want anybody to take this as this is piss poor coaching. And what is MTR's goal? Is he trying to box? You want to do some influencer boxing, bro? Go get him, right? But in these scenarios, we need to be heavy on the head. Let's think about wrestling at this point in time, because boxing, as we can see right now in this position, this looks a lot like MMA. This looks a lot like a position you'll be in wrestling. So you need to know how to wrestle in these positions. We need to get our right hand into the bicep to stop him from hitting us, even though he's grabbing you. Our left hand needs to be on the left forearm, needs to be on the back of the head or in the side of the head, in the left side of Corey's head, right? We need to create some space and put him in a position where he has to retreat rather than peek around the corner like he's about to do and take your back. Or he tried to take your back. There's no silent agreements. He didn't have to let you go. He could have held you there for the rest of the round and just punch you in your ribs, right? So you have to learn how to fight your way out of these positions, or how to shut him down until everybody agrees that this part of the fight is over.
It's just touch. Just touch sparring. We're not trying to hurt each other.
That's what Corey was telling you. You need to catch those punches, right? You're just letting them punch your hands. You need to catch the punches. Standing in long for two front. Standing in long for two front. Standing in front for too long. Forgive me, guys. It's late. All right, it's late. It's about 11 o'clock. I'm ready to go to sleep in this bad boy. But standing in front for too long, you're giving Corey time to see, think, and decide what he's going to do next, right? And you're just waiting. You're being reactionary, right? A jab here would be good, but it looks like Corey has his hand up waiting on the jab. And since he put his head offline and lowered the level, if you threw a punch right here, could you land? Yes, but you would probably have to step in. Your base is narrow right here. Looking at your footwork, your base is narrow. I would try to take a step back out to my left, but you have to worry about him throwing that right hand on the way back to the body. Clinch. I'd clinch here. I'm not waiting on him to decide to punch me anywhere. I'd clinch here and create a scenario where we have to break and move back to the center.
Get out of
there. There we
there.
go. Get out of there.
Against the wall. You can tell like I'm getting a little bit tired. Now I'm getting hesitant.
So what I would like to see, even though you get tired, even though you're tired right now, that jab has to be pumping, right? Hopefully you can see what I was talking about in the beginning of the round by not having your hand fully extended, or extended, or having something in the air. Again, go back and watch the Canelo Crawford fight. Go back and watch the Crawford Spence fight. Go and watch any Shakur Stevenson fight where he keeps something out in between, something in the air between the two of, between his opponent and him, right? I like to call it, when I coach, creating a traffic jam. If we create a traffic jam in the air, if we're punching the air, they're less likely to want to punch back because they don't know what punch is real or not. So you're going to start punching the air, then you punch the gloves, then you can get to the head and the body. All right. That's the order of operations into fighting or to try to get somebody to stop coming at you. We punch the air. If we can punch the gloves as we move forward or they move forward, and then we hit to the head of the body. If the head of their body is not available, I'm trying to create an opportunity to escape or to clinch.
I'm getting hesitant now because he keeps punishing me every time that I'm throwing something. Look, he punished me. He's counter punching the hell out of me. Look. Bang. Every time I go in, he's punishing me.
I love to see this, man.
And I'm not jabbing. And I'm super hesitant. So a little bit of that is fatigue, right? Like I actually talked about in the last video how, my mind will get fatigued before my body, right? So it's my mind telling me that I can't do something. But that's actually not the case here. I'm actually tired because of the workout that we had before. But you can begin to see towards the end of that how the physical fatigue, all of a sudden my feet start getting out of place. I'm not angling my body as much. I'm not really keeping my hands up as much. I'm dropping my hands down, So I think he talks to me a little bit here. Let's see.
Good stuff. He's right. I also noticed I recorded this twice now. The first video that I did somehow got corrupted, but in my first breakdown of this, I said that MTR was he's presenting a bigger target by having his chest square to his opponent, to coach, excuse me. He's presenting a bigger target instead of being bladed in his stance here, a little bit here, something out here. All right, being bladed in his stance and not giving his whole chest and stomach to be hit. So good round, good stuff, especially after an hour worth of work. It's not easy to do. I enjoy watching this. I'm being critical because you asked for the viewers to be critical, so I'm being critical, but this is very impressive. You should definitely keep this up. And if you found anything that I said in this video of use, you should use it. I'll be keeping an eye out for more videos on your boxing. Hopefully this reaches you. You know what I mean? So good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right. So everybody else, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to tell me that I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments. If you agree with me, let me know down in the comments. All critiques are welcome here. If you got a fight that you want me to break down, if you like what I did, let me know. Subscribe to me, dog. This is a new channel, so I'm trying to get this thing rolling. My goal is to present combat sports in a way that most people can understand. Hopefully, I can do that. Take it easy. It's 11 o'clock. I'm tired. I got work in the morning. I'm getting out of here. So stay dangerous, everybody. Keep your head up, chin down, feet moving. Peace.